Hello everybody, my name is Fatima. Today I will be reading a book that I really enjoyed. It is called The Girl Who Figured It Out. It is by Minda Dentler and it is illustrated by Stephanie Denon. Now, this is a award-winning book for this year for the Texas Bluebonnet Awards, and it is a non-fiction book. Because even though it is illustrated, Minda Dentler is actually the person that we see here in the cover. So this story is about her. It's an autobiography or a small autobiography. An autobiography is a story you write about yourself. And in this story, we can see that this person is figuring something out. What do you think figuring it out means to you? I'll give you a second. Figuring it out can mean different things. It can mean accomplishing something. It can mean knowing how to learn to do something. And in this case, it looks like Minda here is receiving claps. She's getting claps. Yay, Minda! Minda's so happy. Look, she's in the middle. She's smiling. And it looks like she's in a wheelchair. So that means she might have a disability. She might have a little difference. That makes her a little different than some of us. But that looks like it didn't stop her. She was able to accomplish something. She is a real life hero. How many of us like superheroes like Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man? Yeah, a lot of us can like different heroes. And this is a real hero. She was a real person that did something great. So let's get to see what she did. And before we start the book, I just want to remind y'all the parts of the book we have. We got the front cover, the back cover, and the spine. And when we open a book, we read from left to right. We read from left to right. We open a book and we make sure the words are facing us so we can read them. So we read from left to right. Let's read. I was born in a crowded village near Mumbai, India, to a poor but loving single mother. So the beginning of the book is taking us to a different part of the world and a different culture. This is in India. This is part of the Indian culture. As we can see here, they have food. They have different attire. Attire is like the way you dress. And this is where Minda was born. Not long before my first birthday, I became very sick. I couldn't move my legs and my hips had tightened. I was paralyzed. The doctor told my birth mother I had a disease called polio. He told her I would never walk. As you can see, Minda was diagnosed with the disease that took her ability to walk. She can no longer have movement in her legs. Polio is a disease that does that. Whenever you get sick, you can lose movement in certain parts of your body. Nowadays, there's a shot that they give you on your arm whenever you're a baby so that you don't get polio. But Minda, unfortunately, was one of the people that got it. Without money to care for me, my birth mother brought me to an orphanage to give me up for adoption. She prayed another family could give me a better life. One day, Bruce and Aunt Dentler saw my photo and were drawn to my smile. They knew I was meant to be their daughter. Soon after, I flew to Spokane, Washington, and they adopted me. So as we can see, these people are going to be Minda's new parents. They adopted her. And adoption sometimes means whenever a person doesn't have parents, another family can take them in. Look, it looks like they took in a couple different kids. This one looks like they might have also been adopted, like Minda. But they all form a big family. These are now her brothers and sisters. My parents taught me to go after my goals, even if they seemed impossible. You can do it, Minda, my dad would say. Just figure it out. I figured out lots of things that someone like me wasn't supposed to do. So she's referring to herself. Minda now is learning to crawl, even though the doctor said that maybe she would not be able to walk. That's a great thing. And her dad is encouraging her. He's saying, come on, you can do this. You can do it, Minda. Figure it out. Remember our phrase, figure it out. First, I learned how to walk. After many surgeries on my hips and legs at 5 years old, I was fitted with leg braces and crutches. As you can tell now, these are called crutches, and these are called leg braces, and they help her walk. They're both going to help her walk in her walker. Next, I learned how to climb stairs so I could ride the school bus with my sister. Now she is able to ride the bus to go to school. Let's read this page. After that, I learned how to do my chores like my siblings. It wasn't easy. Sometimes I failed. Sometimes I got mad. And sometimes I wanted to give up, but I never did. Afterwards, I was stronger. I was smarter. And I was more confident. So sometimes she would fall. We all fall sometimes. And then she would get upset. But she remembers that you have to overcome an obstacle. And what that means is that even though something hard happens, you have to push through it and continue to keep moving. You see how she stood back up and she tried again. You have to keep trying. Even though I could do some things like the other kids, not everyone believed in me and left me out. In gym class, I was always picked last or had to sit on the sidelines. Some adults talked over me because they could only see my disability. So this is an adult and these are kids. It's part of the classroom. And it looks like Minda's having a little bit of a hard time in her class with her disability. Being different was hard. There were kids who didn't want to be my friend because my skin was dark brown or because my crutches and leg braces scared them. The Tin Man, they called me. But I didn't let those people stop me. I wanted to show everyone what I could do. See, it looks like maybe these people can be a little mean. But at the end of the day, she still found someone that she can maybe be friends with. So she was overcoming another obstacle. I learned how to play piano and perform for crowds. I worked hard and made the honor roll every year. I backpacked through Europe all by myself. So she learned how to play piano. She developed a new skill, something that you know how to do. And then she got the honor roll. And it's a little diploma you get every year. That means if you get good grades, you're a part of the honor roll and you get an award. And this is her backpacking through Europe. I even interned at the White House. After college graduation, I got a job in New York City and got married. And right here, this is the White House. This is where the president lives. And it looks like she got to work at the same place where the president lives. So that's a great thing to do. I had done so much, but something was still missing. I was tired of sitting on the sidelines. I wanted to be an athlete. Then one day, everything changed. So an athlete basically means someone that does sports. If you do sports, you can be an athlete. She wanted to try out sports and she was a little scared. So let's see what happens. In New York City, I joined a running club for people with disabilities. So it looks like she found other people with slight differences like her. And they're going to start a running club. Let's see what these things are. Maybe it's going to help her. On my first day, I was loaned a hand cycle. Once my feet were set in the foot plates, I cranked the gears and was off. So this right here, we now learned is called a hand cycle. And it's different because she uses her hands to move the wheels of the bike. Whoosh, 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 click. Whoosh, 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 click. Whoosh, 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 click. Woohoo! I yelled, swimming through Central Park. She's zooming through Central Park. She's having fun. I love cycling, but like when I learned to walk, I had to practice. I made lots of mistakes. I took turns too fast. I tipped over. So a good thing I like to remember is that practice makes perfect. Everything that we do is not always perfect, so we need to practice at it so it can be better. Right here, we're seeing that Minda is struggling a little handling this hand bike. So she's struggling a little, but practice is going to make perfect. She's no longer going to have to fall or have as many mistakes as she does. I got stopped going up a hill. None of it stopped me. Afterward, I was stronger. I was stronger. I was smarter. And I was more confident. A fire had been lit inside, and I began competing in races like the New York City Marathon. I felt unstoppable. I was ready to do a triathlon. There was just one problem. I was afraid of the ocean because I didn't know how to swim. Then I remembered Dad's words. You can do it, Minda. Just figure it out. Everybody say it with me. You can do it, Minda. Just figure it out. I stopped worrying and asked the coach to teach me. So she was a little scared to navigate the ocean. And she was going to start a triathlon. Now, a triathlon is a type of race. But instead of just doing a race like running, you do other things. Like she's going to do swimming. She's going to do biking, like what we just saw with the hand cycle. And she is going to do running. At first, I struggled to breathe and turn my hips. So I focused on swimming one stroke at a time. Afterwards, I was stronger. I was smarter. And I was more confident. As you can see here, she's learning how to swim. And at first she struggled. Remember, practice makes perfect. So she is learning how to swim right. And this technique is going to help her. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. I could ride my hand cycle for the bike race, but I needed a racing wheelchair for the run. I had never used one before. The bucket seat wasn't comfortable and it was hard to break. Yet I practiced anyway, pushing the wheelchair up and down the hills of Central Park. So right here, this is another different type of wheelchair she's going to use. This one is for the racing competition or the running competition. It looks different. And she's struggling a little to learn how to use it. But remember, practice makes perfect. Push, 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 roll. Push, 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 roll. Push, 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 roll. She's going through. I could ride my hand cycle for the bike race, but I could ride my hand cycle for the bike race. Sorry. Okay. That summer, I crossed that finish line of New York City Triathlon, excited for my next challenge. She was able to accomplish her first race. She did really good. She was able to learn how to use everything because practice makes perfect. I decided to complete an Ironman triathlon in Kona, Hawaii. No female wheelchair athlete had ever finished this course. Could I swim, bike, and run 140.6 miles? Many people didn't think so, but that only made me want to do it more. You can do it, Minda, Dad said. Just figure it out. Now she's going to compete in a different type of triathlon. And this one is called the Ironman. And the Ironman is a type of race that happens in Hawaii. It's a very hard race that not many people are able to finish it and say they did it. So let's see if Minda can do it. I got back to work and trained harder. Over the next 5 years, I completed 10 triathlons all over the world. Afterward, I was strong. I was stronger. I was smarter. I was more confident. Finally, it was time to compete in my first Ironman World Championship. She was able to do more races, and now she's going to start doing the Ironman challenge. When the day of the race arrived, my stomach flirted with excitement. But from the moment the cannon sounded, all my plans fell apart. I panicked swimming in the ocean. My goggles slipped off. I couldn't keep up with others. So it looks like Minda might have made a little mistake. She wasn't able to compete well in the swimming race. Let's see what happens. Do you think she's going to be able to complete the race this time? On the hand cycle, my muscles burned and my throat grew dry. I wasn't moving fast enough. I was not going to make the time limit. Beep, beep, conk, conk. And it looks like she's struggling to go fast on the hand cycle too. Remember, the hand cycle is the one we do for biking. Let's see if she's going to be able to finish this race. As I reached the top of the 15-mile hill, I was pulled off the course for being too slow. My race was over. I had failed. Maybe I can't do it. Maybe it is too hard, I cried. I thought about quitting triathlon forever, but my friends and family would not let me. Just figure it out, Minda, Dad said. You always do. So she was not able to complete her race, and she is very sad about it. But sometimes it's okay. Sometimes, remember, we have to pass through our obstacles. Sometimes we have to fall down and get back up, like she did too. So let's see if Minda's going to try again. Remember, practice makes perfect. This was her first try. Sometimes we fail at things, but that doesn't mean that we can't try again. For the next 9 months, I swam, I biked, and I ran more than ever before. I worked with a team of coaches. I ate healthy foods. I lifted weights and I went to bed early. Most of all, I believed in myself. By the day of the race, I was stronger. I was smarter. I was more confident. And I was ready. So it looks like she's doing some healthy things to help her out. She's exercising more in the way she can. She's working out her arms. She's lifting weights to help work out her arms. She's getting lots of sleep, and she's eating healthy foods. It's all things that everybody can do to help stay active and in shape. On October 12th, 2013, I treaded water. Treading water means like you're floating in the water, waiting for the race to start along with 2,000 other triathletes. My heart thudded in my chest and my stomach was in tingles, but I couldn't wait to swim. So it looks like she's about to start the swimming part of her race. She looks nervous. With a bang, the cannon went off and I bursted through the waves. The Pacific Ocean stretched ahead, but like always, I focused on swimming one stroke at a time. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. Remember the technique we were learning that she learned how to do whenever swimming? It looks like practice made perfect, and now she can swim better. Then I was on to bike ride through the scorching hot lava fields. Cyclists whizzed by, but on my hand cycle, I could go fast like them. Whoosh, 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 click. Whoosh, 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 click. Whoosh, 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 click. It looks like she is able this time, by practice making perfect, she is able to complete the biking part of the race as well. Let's see if she's going to be able to finish this time. After hours of riding, my stomach was in knots and my arms ached. Every bump in the road hurt. I checked the clock and shook my head. There was too many miles to go and not enough time. I wasn't going to make it again. Again. I can do it, I yelled. I just need to figure it out. I gritted my teeth and cranked the hand cycle up the last hill. So she's going up the last hill. She thought sometimes you want to give up in things, but we have to remember we have to keep going. Right now, maybe Minda wanted to give up. She's tired, and the race is really hard, but she knows that she has to figure it out. She's going to keep going. Minda Dentler has made the bike time limit, the announcer shouted as I rode into the transition with 3 minutes to spare. At last, I reached the final part of the race, a marathon. I shuffled into my racing wheelchair and was off. Whoa! The sun had set quickly, covering the road in darkness. So she finished the biking part. Yay! Now let's see if she can finish the race part, the running part. It looks like she's going fast. Push, 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 roll. Push, 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 roll. Push, 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 roll. Let's see if she can do it. When I reached Polani Drive, my stomach dropped at the side of the steep, half-mile hill. You can do it, Minda, I whispered. Just figure it out. I gripped the wheels tight and zigzagged up the hill until I reached the top. Exhausted, I pressed on for the final stretch. I was almost there. Just a few more pushes and... She remembered her dad's words. She said, let's figure it out. Let's see how we can do this. Do you think she's going to make it? Let's see. Minda Dentler, you are an Iron Man, the announcer shouted as I crossed the finish line. She did it. She's so happy she's getting celebrated. She was able to complete her triathlon. I did it. A paralyzed orphan little girl from India became the first female wheelchair athlete to complete the Ironman World Championship. If I could do this, I could do anything. I am so proud of you, Minda, Dad said. You never gave up on your goals. Thanks, Dad. I figured it out. So it looks like she finished. She was able to do something really good, even though it costed her a lot. She struggled. She had falls, but besides that, she was able to complete it. And she was so happy. And she was able to complete her goals. Goals is something that we do, that we want to do and we want to accomplish. She was able to do that because she remembered the words her parents told her, and she had determination. And determination means that you really want to do something and you do it. And that is the end of this book. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And look, we have some visuals here that we were talking about. This is her hand cycle. That's what she used for the bike part. And this is her racing wheelchair. That's the real one. Oh. This is the real Minda Dentler. Isn't that so cool? This is the real superhero. She was able to surpass everything. And now, some finishing questions I would like to ask you to think. What do you think it means to figure it out? We learned that figuring it out means that you have to learn ways in which you can accomplish your goals, or you can do your goals. You can do whatever you want to do. How could you use the phrase figure it out the next time something hard happens? What's one way you think you can use it? Maybe it could be figuring it out, asking a parent to see if they can help you, asking a friend. What were the different parts of Minda's training for the Ironman race? Do you remember the different parts that she had to do? She had to learn how to swim, she had to learn how to bike, and she had to learn how to run. But because of her disability, she had to find a way to do it differently. Do you think Minda's solution was a good one? Do you think that her going back after the race after she had failed first time was a good thing or a bad thing? Do you think that sometimes we just need to give up, or do we think we need to keep going? I think we should keep going. And based on the phrase figure it out, what is a new goal you could set for yourself, and how could you make it happen? What's something that you think you can do and that you can make happen? Maybe it can be completing a homework assignment, doing a new skill, like being athletic, being healthy like Minda is. How do we think we can do it? Maybe we can go to practice for the skill, like a sport. We can find different ways to do it. Well, friends, I really hope you enjoyed reading my book. It's a really great book, and I hope that it helped you teach a lesson that despite everything, we can do anything that we set our minds to. And this is the girl who figured it out. Thank you.